Our plan is to check in with customs at Shelburne and then just like pump the brakes onto a vacation pace. This isn't a yacht delivery. We can take our time once we get there, but it is an ocean crossing across the Gulf of Maine to get there. The weather is lovely right now, and the wind's supposed to be really consistent, southerly, like 15 knots the whole time, and so great sailing. I mean, the only hitch in the plan is that there's a lot of rain in the forecast. I mean, starting this afternoon, we've got a chance of thunderstorms. We've got heavy rainfall at times, and looking around this cloud cover, I can say that's gonna happen. Ew, yucky, these clouds. So I guess enjoy the good sailing while it lasts, and well, it's still gonna be good sailing, but we've got our rain jackets really handy because we're gonna need them. Auto Helm's done a good job holding the course. Steers better than I do. Just sucks up battery. Oh, it's like a whole grossness. Oh. You want to talk about our current sail configuration?
Double reef, main, full jib. The wind was more earlier. The seas were sloppier. It made me feel better. Let's heel. Easier to manage.
The conditions have lightened up. You decided to shake out that reef?
Yeah. It's raining and the seas are kind of calmed down a bit. So it's harder to sleep in a heavy heel. And it's harder to do anything in a heavy heel. Even if you are making good speed, it just kind of sucks, especially if you don't feel good.
Yeah, and Moosey knows all about not feeling good. This little kitty's been seasick.
We've been trying to get him to go potty. He finally went potty this morning. After 24 hours of not going potty. So
That's a victory, yeah?
that was a victory. I'm very happy he went potty. We'll see if he keeps food down. He's been eating, so that's good. Eating and drinking.
Yeah. Feeling any better, buddy?
I don't like an upset kitty.
How you feeling? One little thing about being underway is that the sink is up on the high side of the boat, so you do the dishes and the dishwater sits in it. So we can either tack the boat to the other side, but that could be worse. Open up that through hole, then if the boat is heeled way over, then the water is going to come up into the drain, and so it won't be full of dirty dishwater. I'm going to squeegee the sink. I can tell the people at home about it. And I'm not going to squeegee the sink at all, actually.
Okay.
Nope. I'm going to sponge and bucket. So, Morgan says, squeegee the sink! And, no, I'm not going to squeegee the sink. But I'm going to transfer the dishwater into this bucket and throw it overboard. What would you do with the squeegee? Would you just push the water around?
I open the seacock and then I squeegee into the drain. I got into the drain.
Okay, yeah, that is better. We're gonna do it that way. I don't know, it's kind of taking forever trying to get push all the water uphill into the drain. I guess I'm getting it, huh? Just gotta really work at it. Yeah, okay. I guess since we're talking about it, for good measure, I finished it off with a sponge. Sponge, sponge, sponge. Where'd you go? You know how we don't lose that winch handle? We put it back in the same spot every time we use it. Turn around, you know where it is. Right? Okay. That being said, so I don't want to use this channel to shit all over Morgan. That wouldn't be fair. Because that would also, it wouldn't be really true to how I feel about her. She's like a warrior goddess, and I worship her every step. All that being said, last night at 2 in the morning when I went to go grab my harness out of the little spot where I've kept my climbing harness every day for the last 6 years. Every time I go rock climbing, rappelling, or climbing on anything, I reliably knew where it was. And then last night, gone. And I know it's because my wife was being super helpful by taking my harness out for me and setting it on the settee. But it's 2 in the morning. It's dark. I got a little tiny red LED light, and I'm like, where in the crap? It's always been here. Why is it not? And then I found the bag, and I opened up the bag, and unzip it, I look inside. The harness wasn't even in there. It was taken out and sitting next to the bag, but in the dark in the cabin. You must have, because I sure as heck didn't. And that's okay. I know in your heart of hearts you're being super helpful by moving the thing I'd be looking forward to in the morning. Love you, honey. Well, I'm on watch now for my noon to 6 shift, and the conditions are foggy, but kind of bright out. You can see that. So visibility isn't great, but it isn't terrible. It's windy, still blowing out of the south. We're close hauled, single reef in the main. Running the full jib. Not much to look out here. Haven't seen a lobster pot at all in hours and hours. We had a ship, across our bow. That was exciting. I never saw it. It was in the fog, but I saw it on the AIS and called them on the radio. And not a lot, not very stimulating. Just gotta make sure that no big ships come emerging from this fog. Stay vigilant, and ticking off the miles closer and closer. That flag holler just a bit too short. Make an easy grabber.
I got put in here, like right here.
That's where it used to be. It's probably where I'd be looking for it. Nice. Woohoo! We're almost at Shelburne, motoring in the fog. Not much to see around here. 16 miles to go, and our cell phones are working on the Canadian cell phone towers, so that's cool. It will send some text messages. And our plan is we're gonna drop the hook and call customs. I don't want to just go motor around the harbor or pull up to the dock without permission, I guess. We're just gonna drop the hook, call the customs people, and maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll just say, here's your welcome to Canada, have fun. I'm not counting on it. They'll probably have us pull around the dock and have an inspection, but that part's not up to me. We'll see how that goes. Fingers crossed. Mr. Moosey found a really comfortable place to sleep. How about that for a kitty bed?
one goes up the mast. Oh, I can wait too.
There it goes. All right, anchor's down. We made it through customs. Welcome to Canada, eh? Anchor's down, 15 feet of water, and 160 feet of scope out. Pretty windy, but flat. Not the best protection ever, but at least it's not bumpy. We're gonna be exhausted. We're gonna sleep really well tonight. Good night. Well, we thought we'd finish the video by doing like a little after action review where we'll say maybe some things that went really well and some things that could have been improved upon on that transit. Morgan, let's start with you, baby. What went really well?
The watch system. Adam's choice of watch system.
My choice in watch system, cool. What did you like about it?
We both got to do mornings and both got to do evenings. I don't know. It's a watch system. It worked out.
Worked out? Yeah, yeah. So I'm sorry I'm distracted because look at the seal.
Right next to the boat.
Yeah.
They're like a dime a dozen.
Okay, we'll edit that out, huh? So, what could have been improved? What could we have done better?
Knowing more about our alternator and charging batteries. So then we can actually do a lot more just plain sailing and not motor sailing to keep our batteries charged.
Yeah, do you want to explain more about that? What happened with the alternator?
I don't think the alternator, I don't know, we're still trying to figure that out, but it's just, and we noticed it last year going to Eastport, and we couldn't keep our batteries charged, and we had the alternator rebuilt, but this year we noticed our batteries weren't staying charged like they should have been, and I think it was just because after we've done some research, we just weren't at a high enough RPM to kind of give it its time to do what it needs to do. So, yeah.
So knowing more about your alternator would be a power up.
Yeah, because it sucks having the motor sail all the time when it's just beautiful just to sail without the motor. But when you got autopilot, chart plotter, some nav lights, and fridge running, and radar going at times, it's just a lot of amperage. And I mean, I guess we have enough to handle that, but
No.
so we had to like turn the chart plotter off, or I'd have to like, even though it was like foggy and you couldn't see shit, you had to like turn the radar off, intermittently, so that way it's not using battery power as much. And or turn the chart plotter off for a little bit. You just kind of hope for the best. So, I mean, it helped that we had a solid course of east. That's about it. Like, stay east, and there was no lobster pots, which was like the best. And like the sailing was awesome because there was no lobster pots, and we could just be like all the other blue water people and just sail, and you can take your eyes off of stuff and you don't have your nerves up if you're going to run a pot over because you didn't see it in time, that kind of thing. So, yeah, it was a really good sail.
Good. Well, I guess I'll try to answer the same question. Started with what went really well. Kind of like you said, the watch system, but not just like the watch system. I think it was the teamwork. I really liked how you know, you had half the time on board, I had half the time, you know, working, and then I think we communicated really well between watches, like being, you know, what's going on, you know, with the boat, what do you see, what are you thinking is going to happen the next watch, and then we just have that turnover time, and then, yeah, I felt really confident, you know, taking the boat from you and then handing it off to you, and so I think that, and also, you know, when your partner's down below, not being scared to wake them up for any questions or needing a hand with something, even just for safety. I think that we relied on each other really well and communicated really well, and so the teamwork aspect, I think, was killer. And then what could have been improved on? The first thing that comes to mind, it's like a little teeny stupid thing, but I've got like a real junker headlamp. That the band is like too big, and so it falls off my head, and I wear it like a necklace, and it's not rechargeable. It uses up the batteries. I don't even have any idea what the battery state is, and so like last night I go click it on and it turns off, and you're sleeping right in front of where we keep the batteries, and I'm not gonna like wake you up to get batteries for my headlamp. I just have to use a flashlight in my pocket, and which is fine. It's just super annoying. Like, I think a quality headlamp really changes the whole experience of night sailing.
But it does.
It does, yeah. Good headlamp. That could have been improved on.
Yeah, that was poor plan.
Yep. I mean, that's it. Two things come to mind. Our brains are mush right now. You can probably tell. Probably bags under the eyes. Stuttering over words just like that, because, you know, we haven't fully recuperated or rested up from our sail. But while it's still fresh in the mind, I thought we'd just throw that out there. What went well and what could have been improved.
Yeah, make sure you get sleep. And you will hallucinate in the fog whether you have sleep or no sleep.
Yeah. Okay, one more thing. That's right. So something I think we could have improved upon is that prioritizing sleep big time. I think both of us, you naturally are going to anyway, but when it's foggy out and it's night time and you're very sleep deprived, you know, you're at a pretty big risk of severe hallucinations and delusions. And so, you know, not keeping your brain fresh by making sleep such a big priority is a big safety thing. And, you know, I think we could come a little ways on that. I think we could probably sleep a little more, a little better when transiting.
Ah, you're good.
I'm good. I'm talking about you. Like, I'm fine. I felt great.
I'm bad in cars, and I'm bad on boats I'm always wanting to be awake for them to help navigate and do shit. So.
Yeah, but I think that, and that's good. That's been a good partner too. But I think for safety's sake, probably should have spent more time in the rack.
Yeah. Well, I do sleep. It's just every noise. The feeling of the boat, especially when the boat's going 7 to 8 knots, and it feels like it's planing, or it's going to run off the tracks, so to speak. Like,
sure. I explained, like, the boat's going to come off the rails. I'm like, we're not on rails, we're in the ocean.
Yeah, it's just enough to get my anxiety up. Yep.
Cool. Well, we're going to get some sleep. This concludes our video. Bye now.